Okay. We're getting quite historical on this podcast. I quite like it. You don't know what I found interesting? So Hong Kong, right? Obviously, massive uproar right now. But I mean, like, I've just got no... I've got no sympathy, just because if you wanted to get dual passports, you had the chance to do that. I think it was back in the 90s, right?
They did. However,
A lot of people didn't do it.
Back in the 90s, Hong Kong was just becoming the two systems, one government thing, whatever it is.
The handover was back in 99, I think, or was it 97?
It was 96. 96. It's the year I was born.
Yeah, nice.
However, to explain, we're trying to not say but as much because we realise we say but a lot.
Yeah,
and we do like our buts, but we need to tone it down a bit.
So good. Okay. So what's the word that we're saying instead?
I'm trying to use however more, but I'm stopping myself from saying but because I'm not going.
I've completely forgotten about that rule. I don't even, I've been saying it. I don't know. I've no idea.
Yeah. Anyway, Hong Kong.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but you got to remember back in '96, they were like, "This is going to be a great system. We've got 50 years to be ourselves."
Yeah,
that's a
transition.
Long time. Mm-hmm. It's not even been half of that, really. It's about half of it now.
Yeah, we're getting there.
And China is more and more aggressively trying to exert its control. Mm-hmm. And the Hong Kong citizens are more and more pushing back against these changes because it's not what they've grown up with. It's not what they're used to.
But this was the deal.
And here's the thing.
The Union Jacks were taken down on the mast.
Here's the thing. We're still pieces of shit.
Oh, 100%.
Because the only reason we started pushing democratization in Hong Kong was because we knew we would be giving it back to China at some point. So if we weren't giving it back to China, we wouldn't have pushed the democratic values of Hong Kong.
So are you saying that because the way I see it, right, Opium Wars, 1800s, we were like, 100-year, 99-year lease, it's someone else's problem, okay? Which is a really shitty mindset to have, right?
Before you continue, I believe the letter that was sent to Queen Victoria when they did this was 99 years might as well be in perpetuity.
Yeah, it might as well just be forever.
That was the mindset.
Yeah, exactly. Which is obviously not how we think now because life expectancy is much longer and we've got to think about conserving the planet and all that kind of stuff. So essentially, very, very quickly, the lease came up.
Yeah.
And we had to give it back. So we gave it back. But what you're saying is they strategically, we built up Hong Kong to be the economic super hub of that region of the world that it is today because we thought it would influence China?
No. We built it up for money, obviously. Hong Kong Island itself, we held in perpetuity. However, it was the leases that we got afterward that turned to we can't just keep the island and give the rest back.
Oh yeah,
we got to give it all back. Like Hong Kong is this big.
Ground rent's
not just
a bitch.
The island
honestly,
anymore.
Ground rent is a bitch. Oh fuck. Okay,
I believe.
That's just gone everywhere. Okay.
I believe Hong Kong has some of the highest costs of living, as well as the smallest surface area that you can have in that.
I didn't even shake this. Why has it just gone everywhere? Shit, man. Yeah. I'm hoping you've got good history in this because you're going to have to keep talking for a little bit.
Yeah. So Hong Kong has a land problem, essentially.
It's tiny.
It's a constructed land problem, but it is there.
Mm.
And the British government back in the 70s and 80s decided to build this democratic value in Hong Kong in the same way that Singapore is, that it would become a city-state. I feel like this was the final push. It's pushing Hong Kong to be a city-state separate from China because you will get much more out of that than if it just returned to China.
Exactly. And even a lot of Chinese citizens, they will go to Hong Kong, do their shopping, and then go back to China.
I saw the best news this week relating to this subject.
Really?
And I'm glad you brought this up because it's not something I would have brought up myself.
Yeah, man. I don't watch the news. I don't know what you're talking about.
The UK have finally declared that China is in breach of the Hong Kong Treaty.
Nice.
Fucking finally, if you ask me.
Okay, good. Right.
I don't know what will come of this. I hope there will be are pushing the UN for a military intervention to like stop China. Fuck you, right?
I just find it really interesting, man. At one point, I was so obsessed with watching the handover ceremony from like the late 90s when it happened. You got Prince Charles there representing the UK, and there was a big dispute, literally just over like in what order does the British flag come down and the Chinese flag go up? Is it down? Is it up? Is it simultaneous? There's like a whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it was a really and what a weird thing to be witnessing as a citizen.
I believe what they said was 1996 was when the sun finally set on the British Empire.
Yeah, man, 100%.
And
That's when we handed it
that
back.
was the end of British imperialism.